Hello, hello. Welcome to Sparkle.Sanctuary. For those of you that are new here, my name's Rebecca, and if you are back, welcome back. Today's video is a WIP in chat. WIP for WIP is a work in progress. My current work in progress is Rainbow Little Dragons by Sheena Pike. It is a square diamond painting. I was working on this in the last WIP in chat, maybe even the one before that, I can't remember. But I am halfway done. This is like officially I'm at the halfway point. This, I think, when I pulled back when I was looking at this, it's incredibly cute, and I really like how it's coming out. Like, there's a lot of confetti, but it's really working for this image, and I'm loving all of the color. It's really cool. So yeah, if you want to pull out your current WIP and diamond paint along with me, that would be great. If you're cleaning and you're listening, that's great too. Like, however you want to listen is completely up to you. I just appreciate you being here and listening. So I will go ahead and get started. So today is actually Sunday, October 20th. I normally record these on Saturday, and just to kind of keep my brain from going into overload the next time I want to record this video, I'm just going to stop in my week where I normally would, and because I think I ended on a pretty good note, and I'd like to share that all with you. So anyway, last week on Saturday, October 13th, we had a Zoom meeting regarding the retreat that I'm going to in May, the Crafters Paradise Retreat. I don't think they had planned on us meeting this early, but there was like a venue location change. And so they wanted to make sure that we all understood the changes and knew what was going on, and just to kind of give us a bit of information, keep everybody in the loop. So we had a meeting about that. I thought it was really good. Kind of got to see some of the new faces that will be going this year, so that was nice. And just to know that that ball is rolling is cool. I am not sure what the theme is yet, but I'm excitedly looking forward to that. I think last year I ended up making everybody a cover minder to go along with the theme. And so I want to create something again this year for everybody. It's probably not going to be a cover minder. I think I've maybe even mentioned this in another video, but anyway, my plan is to make something for everybody. I'm not sure what yet, but yeah, see if I can't do a little something, but I need to know what the theme is before I can do that. So definitely going to be looking forward to finding out more about that. I know it's still a little ways away, so we have some time, but I'm one of those people that sometimes, like, especially with things like this, like, I want to get ahead of the game and I want to have everything done and ready like way too far in advance. It's so weird because I'm such a procrastinator normally, but it's going to be a lot of people, and there originally was only 30 and now there's 35 or 36, so there's going to be more to do and more people there, so it'll be fun and interesting. But I'm so excited, like, to be able to see some of those faces that were at the retreat last year and see them there. I miss all those people. Yeah, it's neat to have common ground. But anyway, that'll be very fun, and I'm excited about it. But then after the retreat, I had watched Jamie French. I'm not sure if you know who she is. She's a comedian, YouTube on here, and she creates, I don't know, she creates a variety of content, but she recently was talking about Vicky White's story. It's the prison guard who ended up falling in love with a prisoner and broke him out, and then she ended up dying and he got caught. But anyway, there was, I guess, a couple movies that were made out of their love story, putting air quotes on that, their love story. And she was talking about how bad they were. And I had mentioned it to my boyfriend. He said he had seen something about that too. And so he asked if I wanted to watch the actual documentary. So we did end up watching that Saturday last week. And I mean, I thought it was good for, like, it was an interesting story. I somehow missed hearing about it. I don't know how. I live under a rock or something. I don't know. I never heard about it before this. So, and maybe I did, and I just didn't know who it was. I don't know. It didn't ring any bells for me. I didn't remember hearing about it, but yeah, it was interesting. I like documentaries. I would rather watch those or true crime or something like that than lots of different kinds of movies. And I'm not sure it's something that's kind of happened in my old age. So that's, yeah, what I've been kind of paying attention to more is documentaries and things like that. But And then that evening, my daughter's play is still going on, and so I did go that evening to watch her again. And I feel like the cast did a better job. I feel like it's really good that they have those invited dress rehearsals because it's almost like a soft opening, and it gives them the ability to like work out some of the kinks and some of the issues and know what's going to go wrong or go differently. So that was kind of cool, and just being able to see them do it, but not quite as nervous was really nice. And as per usual, they all did a really good job. And then that was it for Saturday. And then Sunday after church, one of my aunts was in town and had been visiting my mom for a while, and I hadn't really seen her a whole lot, and so made the decision to like talk to them, and we all decided we wanted to go to lunch and to go shopping in the town nearest to us. It's about half an hour away, and it was really good. We had good food, and we went shopping and just overall enjoyed ourselves. I ended up buying. They had a Michael's in that like right in between the stores that we went to, and we were looking for some specific stuff. But while I was like, I just want to step into Michael's and look at their clearance department because um, Shay from Crafting with Shay had made a video about like some of the clearance that she was seeing and that there had been some make market kits in the clearance department. And so I went ahead and checked, and sure enough, they had some at that Michael's. And so I most people are like either didn't understand or didn't like the adhesive sheets that they were selling for a little while. And so they were all marked down to $5. And I actually like the adhesive sheets. I have one on my computer. And so I think because I mentioned that I had picked one up recently from the Michaels here. Well, they had several at that Michaels. So I went ahead and picked up a bunch more. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but I enjoy working on them. And I do have a computer at work that I could potentially put one on. And then there's a lady at work who is fairly recently new to diamond painting, and she said something like that would be cool. And so, if nothing else, I'll ultimately just give it away. But I do like I enjoyed, and it came with extra glue and extra sealant and stuff like that. And I was like, for the price, it's a good deal. So I went ahead and got it because even if I never do the diamond painting, just getting the glue and the sealant was worth that $5 to me. So I thought that was a pretty good deal and enjoyed shopping with them. The fall leaves are like, it's finally starting to change over here a little bit. So we were able to see some of the beauty in the trees, and they're like changed even more since then. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see because there's a little bit of scenery on that drive, and it was such a beautiful day. It like really felt like a beautiful fall day. It was so amazing, and just it was a good trip. And then I went to the mall near me and picked up an order. One of my girls, when we went shopping for their birthdays, like had pointed out these items that they really, really wanted, and I was able to find them on a really good deal. So I went ahead and ordered them for pickup. And that's kind of nice. And again, sorry, my mic just suddenly up and died on me. So I luckily saw it, and I think I caught it in a time enough that it would be okay. And I didn't miss too much. I did go back and look to see what I was saying at the time. Basically, I think the only part that I recorded that like I ended up missing out on was the rest of Sunday. I spent watching Shay's live, and I just adore her. She's such a good person, and I really enjoy watching any of her videos. Honestly, she's just sweet as can be. I think very highly of her. And so if you don't know who she is, Crafting with Shay, if you've never seen her, I imagine you know who she is. But if you've never seen Crafting with Shay, she's just a great person, and sweetest person. So, and then the rest of my evening, I was trying to record. I do ASMR videos on my channel for shorts, and I was trying to record some of those and had some major technical issues, and decided that like I think I just really needed something to record my videos that is not my cell phone. I really like the video quality of my cell phone. I mean, that's what I enjoy using. I think the quality of my videos is pretty decent. The sound isn't always a wonderful, but that's, that's not a phone issue, that's a mic issue. And so, and honestly, the mic on my phone is really good. If I could get my phone into a place where it's, in this space where I'm actually recording, and that's the problem. It's above me, and so the sound is just isn't the same. So I have to make sure I have a mic that's down here lower. But anyway, so I think I just decided, like, I really wanted something different, and I was, talking to my boyfriend about it, and that's actually ended up being what he got me for my birthday. So he actually like found, because I found a website that I had purchased my phone from a while back, and there's great deals on phones and things like that. It's called Back Market. If you've never heard of it, I've had really good luck on there. And so I shared with him like a phone that I had seen on Back Market, and he was like, "Well, your birthday's coming up, so happy birthday! I'll get it for you," which was incredibly wonderful of him. But like I said, it was such a good deal. It was like $180, which is a lot. It's a lot to give for a birthday present, but um, you know, like I'm very grateful. But so yeah, this is what I'm recording on the new phone, and the new mic that one of them died because I didn't get them charged. I need to make sure I remember to charge them before the next time I record. But anyway, so yeah, I am just, that was Sunday. Sunday seemed to be a pretty busy day. And then Monday, we actually had no school, but I had a day of work. I was gonna originally I was told that I could take it off, but then ended up having to work. And so I went into the office, and I do data for all the kiddos that I work with, and I got my data completed. And I had been told the week prior that my partner on this project that we're working on would get me the information I needed to complete our slideshow over the weekend, and I didn't receive that information. And so after I had completed, it was Monday, and I completed my data and everything's done, I was like, "Hey," I missed a couple of those. I was like, "Hey, um, are you coming in today? Like, am I going to see you? Have you finished this?" Because I looked on their spreadsheet on their information, and they hadn't touched it since we met Thursday. And I got an email about an hour later saying that they were in office, and that we could meet up. And so while they were gone, I just went ahead and took the information that they had already gathered and put it into my slideshow. And honestly, they hadn't made any changes and didn't plan to make any changes and didn't get any of it done. So like I, like, they did plenty, that what they did was fine. And I probably sounded way worse about that, and I apologize. I think I was frustrated, and I still kind of am, because like I had hoped to have that stuff really early on so that I could be done with my work really on, and really early on, and it didn't. And so like I was just disappointed, and like I guess that's a reflection on me. But I'm one of those people that, like, if I do the work, then I want everybody else to be hard workers too. And I hate doing group projects just for this reason, because I expect a lot. I need everybody else to be on par, because if I'm going to put my name on a project and be willing to do that, then I need everybody else to be doing just as good of a job as I am. That makes sense. And so yeah, so we got it all put together. We ended up meeting up, and we got it all put together. And then I just did we have trainings that we have to do every year, and I got my training sessions completed. Did I put those on the right symbol? I did. Okay. There's two arrows. There's two arrows on this one, and they're both purples. They're different shades of purple. This one's like a blue purple, and this one's like a dark purple, but they're both arrows facing different directions. And I know one is white and one is black, and it shouldn't, but when you're looking at them on the canvas, I don't know, because the black arrow here makes this look darker. Like, I have a hard time remembering which one's which, and to actually not, I've had it happen a few times where I've put the wrong one on that, but I always figure it out, like, right as I'm finishing up. I'm always like, oh dang, I want to make sure I don't do that. But anyway, so we got the project done, and that got that all set up. And I did spend a little, like a very few minutes diamond painting while I was doing some trainings. So that was kind of cool. And then I went home, and I actually did get to diamond paint Monday night, which was fabulous. Like, I don't normally get to do that in the evenings. And I'm actually like really hopeful for a couple nights this week. There's going to be Wednesday and Thursday, we have parent teacher conferences. And so I'm actually going to be insanely busy, and we're doing like 12-hour days those days. So I'm not going to get any diamond painting done unless I somehow miraculously have a big break in my schedule and taken this diamond painting with me to work and work on it while I'm doing more trainings. I'm not sure. We'll see how that works. Monday night was Kara's live. Every week I try to get into Kara's live on Mondays. So that was nice. I did spend time diamond painting while she was on her live, which was cool. I feel like hers is a little bit easier because I feel like I can work and lurk. Sorry, I was working and realized I needed to pause because there's people next door neighbors that are banging on stuff. But anyway, I do more working and lurking in Kara's live, and that's just because Mondays, like I'm, the beginning of the week, and I just am kind of mellowed out, I guess. I don't know, but I ended up doing quite a bit of diamond painting during her live, which was cool. And then I'm so sorry. I hope you can't hear the banging of my neighbor. I'm going to have to just keep going because I'm afraid this mic isn't charged up enough to keep pausing, but hopefully you can't hear that. And if you can, that's okay. I understand. If you can't watch, I hope I see you next time. Tuesday, we had our the presentations at the school, and I was so excited at how many people were engaged. Like normally, you go to, like, it's an in-service day. And so it's just professional development where you go in and you kind of sit and listen to speakers and whatever. And I tried to make my portion of that presentation engaging. We had an hour and a half long presentation to give, and I did 55 minutes of it. Half an hour of it I had done previously. So, or 40 to 45 minutes of it I had done previously in other trainings and such. And so that part I was really used to. And then the other portion that I made up, like I literally made up on Monday. And so it was still new enough that I was nervous, really, really nervous about it. But everybody was engaging and they enjoyed it. And the first group, I presented it twice. In the first presentation, they actually like applauded us at the end, which was insane to me. Like, I don't know what we did to deserve that, but it was really cool. And then afterwards on the second one, I had people come up and say thank you, and people were asking me for my advice on what I would recommend. My presentation was on, and I may have mentioned this in another WIP and chat, and I hope not. I hope I'm not repeating myself, but I apologize if I did. But it's providing positive behavior specific praise to kiddos to help them engage in behaviors that are desired, to make the interactions with them more positive instead of negative, because like kids crave attention. And if we're giving them negative attention, then they're never going to strive for that positive attention, right? Because once they get it, it doesn't matter. So, it just was like, it's shifting the focus and making things easier by trying to really be mindful of how we're communicating with kids and trying to be positive with them and talking to them in a positive way. And so, like, I was explaining that when I get a radio call for care team member, and I go into a classroom and there's kids that are just like running around the classroom and not listening to the teacher or not engaging in the group activity or whatever, my very first thing that I will do is actually go over to the group of kids that are doing what they're supposed to do, and I will give them all positive praise. And I was explaining to them, like, it doesn't work every time because it's not for every kid, right? Like, not every kid fits into a mold. There's different reasons why kids have behaviors. Some of it's attention seeking. Some of it's, just in their DNA. Some of it's literally because that's their disability. We know why kids have their behaviors, but so this can't fit everybody though, right? So, but I was trying to explain to them, like, there's different things you can do. And so, I go give positive praise, and then I address the kids. That way the ones that are behaving aren't saying, oh, well, she only ever comes in and does something if somebody's being bad, because then that entices them to also not listen. So I give the positive feedback. I should tell them what a great job they're doing. And I was explaining that a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times, that alone will be enough to get the kids to do what they're supposed to do in the classroom. And, they all sounded really surprised. I don't think that any of them, they said, like, everybody that I talked to has never actually had anybody in that position come in and behave like that. Usually it's just grab the kid and leave the room. But I'm like, why are we not trying to encourage the children to behave and do what they're supposed to do through positive reinforcement? I don't know. So there was something that was an interesting little tidbit that I had heard during those conversations, and I definitely enjoyed giving those presentations. The my partner was like, he actually hadn't heard me give this presentation before, and he said, like, I can tell how passionate you are about it. He was like, that's why people were so engaged. He was like, you know what you're talking about. They were asking you questions afterwards and how to resolve issues going on in their classrooms because you obviously knew what you were talking about. And he was like, you knew all these details and you were able to answer all these questions. And he said, you can tell you're passionate about it. And I was like, and that's exactly it. Like, I'm passionate about it, which kind of got me thinking because I I do really enjoy doing these kinds of things. And one of my coworkers asked me if I had a degree in behavioral analysis and, providing that kind of support. And I said no. And they asked me why. And I was like, that's very interesting because I've actually had somebody who is accredited in that kind of stuff ask me before if I had my accreditation in it because I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing. And I didn't do it because getting additional degrees is expensive, getting accreditation is expensive. And I have 5 kids and my money has always gone to them. My time has always gone to them. And I work full time and all of that stuff. And so I just haven't, but it really got me thinking. And so this last week I was actually looking into that. Because, if I could go and it's not quite as much as I'm thinking it is, and maybe look at getting my master's degree and getting that licensure in that field, like, could make a big difference in my life and my kids' lives and what I'm doing and the level of respect that I'm getting. And yeah, I'm the people that I work with now, they can see it. And they have all been very respectful. And whenever there's been a question, I'm always like, well, how do you think about this? And they're like, you're the expert, whatever you want to do, we trust you, which is phenomenal. Like, I would never have been able to get that anywhere else. And so I definitely appreciate that. And that's part of maybe why I haven't looked more into going back to school, because I don't want whatever I do, the next steps that I do, to pull me away from where I am currently. Just because the administration team that I work with is amazing. And I, at this moment, can't imagine being anywhere else. Now, I know that things change, people move on. It just is the way it is. But I really love my job. I love what I do. And I love knowing that I'm making a difference and that I'm helping and that I know this job. It is, when you know your job well and you can do well at it and it's something you're passionate about, you don't work, it's not the same kind of work, you know? So I feel like I'm exhausted a lot because it's exhausting working with behaviors, but I'm able to differentiate and see what's going on. And I help regulate kids in ways that, I mean, I don't know. I get a lot of really positive feedback from the people that I work with, and that matters. It matters a lot. So yeah, it's something that I've been looking into this week, which is kind of cool. But that's what kind of got me going down that path. And then Tuesday, I spent like quite a few hours editing the AI video that I posted on Thursday. I spent Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I spent time each of those days editing that video. It was a lot of editing. The original, what I recorded was like, gosh, it was nearly 2 hours long, and I was able to get it under an hour. And I wanted it to be even shorter than that, but I also wanted it to be concise. And so I don't know. I'm getting some positive feedback on it, and I'm glad people are enjoying it, and I'm glad that it's informative. And if you haven't watched it, please head over and watch that video if you're curious about AI and artificial intelligence and how it's impacting artists. And like, I'm definitely concerned. I didn't say this in that video because I wanted that to be more factual based than opinion based. But I really am concerned about the future of art and what's going to happen to artists. And I just hope that we are able to get things sorted before we lose too many potentially amazing artists, because AI is kind of taking over, and I'm not willing to pay the extra price for something that can be so quickly and easily made. And anyway, I said a whole bunch of stuff in that video. I don't want to reiterate and repeat myself. So yeah, if you're interested, just head over there, watch it, and I hope you enjoy. And you know, I hope it gives you some information and helps you make decisions that you're okay making. I think that's the big thing. Is I don't think enough people know. I don't think enough people know what AI is and how it is impacting. And so I think that was my whole point, is I just wanted to make sure that when you are consuming these things, you know what you're doing, and not just going in blindly, not knowing and not having that information. Anyway, then Wednesday was actually my birthday. I'm officially 45. I got up that morning. My mom took me shopping. We went back to that nearby city, and she was going to spend money on me. We went shopping. We went to several different stores. I only found one thing that I really wanted, which was kind of odd. So I didn't spend a whole lot of money. I think she maybe spent $12, but that was fine. And then we went to lunch and we had canes, Raising Canes. And even though like I can't have gluten, they have the naked clucks. And I think they're really good, but I had the cane sauce and dropped it and spilled all over my lap. And I was like, I love you, but I'm sorry, it's time to go home. I didn't want to do any more shopping after I had cane sauce on my lap, which was unfortunate because I was having such a fun time shopping with her. And, that was something inspired by my girls having me go shopping with them for their birthdays. So yeah, it was kind of nice to just be able to have that opportunity with her, and spend time with her. I don't do that very often. Probably not nearly, excuse me, not nearly often enough. But yeah, and then when I got back, my Diamond Art Club order came in. So I had all 3 of my Mandy Manzano pictures in that I wanted to record for everybody. So I went ahead and recorded it that day. Like I had one package that came in the night before, and then I had one package that came in that day, and I recorded it and edited it and uploaded it on my birthday because I wanted to share that with everybody. Like this was my own birthday gift to myself, and just I love Mandy Manzano, but man, was I so disappointed with the pink lines on my diamond painting. I did reach out to Diamond Art Club. They gave me 2 solutions. They either offered me points as compensation, or they said that they would send me a packaging, mailing information, and I could send it back to them. And I wasn't even like sure when they said mail it back to them. I don't know. I would have to go back and reread the email, but I wasn't even sure that it was clarified whether or not they'd pay for that, or if I was going to have to pay for that. I don't know. I think they said that they'd pay the postage, but anyway, either way, I have anxiety. I wanted to send back the item, but where I live, like going to the post office is such a pain in the butt, like a major pain in the butt. Like there was no way I was going to take it back. And I didn't know, like I hadn't seen any of that stuff online, and how many people aren't on their Facebook posts. I don't go on Facebook. I mean, I'm on their Facebook, but I don't go on there. It's very rare. And so I actually hadn't hopped on there until I saw an unboxing from somebody else, but not everybody watches unboxing. So I'm sure all of those diamond paintings were ordered, and a whole bunch of people are probably very unhappy, but going to keep them anyway, just because they have anxiety like me and don't want to take the time to take it back. I was offered 1,500. Other people were probably offered different amounts. I don't know. I don't know how much everybody was offered, but I was offered 1,500 points for that kit. And so that's basically $15 off an order, but I can't, I wish it had been a gift card, because gift cards you can combine with discounts and things like that. Points cannot be combined with anything. So, so if I want to get a diamond painting in the future, I'm going to have to choose if it's worth that 15 points or if it's worth, or 1,500 points, or if it's worth a 20% off discount. I don't know. It'll depend on the kit and how much I'm buying, I guess. So yeah, something I was thinking about. Then that night I did go to dinner with my girls, and we just went to Red Robin and had bottomless fries, stuffed myself way too much. And I got a burger without a bun. And then we just came home, and I edited and uploaded my video, recorded, edited, and uploaded my video, and then shared it with everybody because I was super excited about those Margaret Morales diamond paintings. Yeah, I just love her so much, and I love her art. I love her art so much, and um, I'm happy to support her. And so I got several paintings recently from Margaret Morales. So yeah. Um, Both of my boys ended up being busy that day. My oldest texted me, told me happy birthday, and said that he couldn't do anything and that he would see me over the weekend. And my other son, yesterday was actually his birthday, and I'd asked what he wanted to do for his birthday, and he basically said that he can't see me until November because he's busy with college stuff. So I get that. But so yeah, they were both busy and didn't get to see them, but I did spend some time with my girls and had a good dinner. That was nice for my birthday. And then when I was talking to my girls Wednesday night, they were asking about having a friend come over to spend the night over the weekend. And I was like, I would love to let you have a friend spend the night, but your bedrooms are, really needing to be picked up. And so we use that as an incentive. And they got their work done. Their friend came over, and that was really, they did end up getting it done. Thursday morning, I woke up and my girls weren't up, and I started freaking out, and I went over and I was knocking on their doors, and I was like, girls, are you going to get ready for school? And they reminded me that there was no school for them. And I'd completely forgotten. And I felt so bad because I woke them up, you want your kids to be able to sleep in on their days off. I hate it. I hate when people wake me up when I'm sleeping. And so I felt so bad. I went to work and I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so bad. But they were okay. They both went back to sleep and it was fine. Thankfully, I didn't get to my other daughter because she would not have been able to go back to sleep. So thankfully those two were able to go back to sleep after I left. But I did get a hug from one of them. She was like, I wanted you to wake me up anyway. So that was really sweet. But yeah, I felt really bad, really bad. And then also, I guess on Monday when I had been at work and been working on presentations, I forgot my badge on my desk. And so when I went into work on Thursday, I didn't have it to get into the building, and I had to ask for help. And, there are some people that I'm perfectly fine saying, okay, go ahead and help. Whatever. But that's only been in the last couple years that I've been really able to do that. I'm usually pretty stubborn and bullheaded, and I'm not very good at asking for help for stuff. I think that's a trauma response. But anyway, I had to ask for help from somebody, and I realized that I didn't feel guilty about it. And, of course they were kind. It's not like they did anything big. They just let me into the building, but it was a really neat moment to see the growth in me and being able to say, I need help from somebody, and make a joke out of it and have it be okay and not feel like I'm a burden on somebody, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was good. That was a good recognition. And then one of the kids that I work with on Thursday had a fantastic day. Now at the end of the day, we just want him to get his education and be in a good place. So I don't know. And I'm glad that we all work together as a team and try to help support these kids in whatever capacity is needed. And Thursday, I already mentioned that I had been editing that AI video. And Thursday, I uploaded it. And to be completely honest, I was so nervous. I wasn't sure how it would be received. And like I said, I really am grateful that so far the feedback that I've been receiving is positive. I know not everybody has the same opinion, and I know that that's one of those areas where people get defensive about it one way or the other, whether you're for or against it. And there's a lot of strong feelings around it for some people. And so I just am really appreciative of the feedback. And I just appreciate every single comment that I receive. And yeah, I don't think anybody, like, I know everybody says like they really appreciate their subscribers and they appreciate the people who comment, but I I get it now. Like, as a creator, I get it now because I really truly feel like it matters, like knowing that you're taking your time to watch this and listen and comment and things like that. It's really cool. And to know that I'm, reaching people and helping them understand things a little bit differently is also really cool. Definitely am grateful for everybody. But then on Friday, so Friday we have like a late start day, and I went into work. I was not as early as I normally am. I'm usually there at 7:30, and I think I was there at like 7:45, 7:50. And anyway, I like barely got a chance to check my email before we had our team meeting before the kids come to school. And there in my email was information that everybody in the area was approved for a raise, which was so cool. It was really not expected. I had no idea that that was coming. I wasn't here this time of the year last year. I know last year they still had like COVID incentives, or retainers or whatever. And so I had received that. And so I wasn't expecting a raise. Um, yeah, it was a very nice surprise. So yeah, like, I don't know, walk in on a Friday and get paid and have it. And it was like they waited until we got our paycheck before they announced it. So like the money was in the bank that morning, and I was like, oh, well, that explains that. So yeah, like it was effective immediately. That was so cool. And then my girls had their sleepover. Their friend came over, and and they just kind of enjoyed some time with their friend and hanging out. I actually was so tired. I went to bed early, and I was like, you guys, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to wimp out and go to bed. Um, I was like, wow, I'm definitely 45 now. Going to bed early. It used to be able to stay up with them and whatnot, but I mean, they're teenage girls. They didn't want me around anyway. So yeah, I'm sure they were more than happy with me to be going to bed. I was supposed to go to a play that evening, and I had tickets for myself and my twins to go see my daughter's play. And because they brought their friend over, we were short a ticket. And I had tried getting in contact with somebody and was unsuccessful with getting an additional ticket. So um, I just, they just transported them and they all went. And I had that girl take my ticket, and they had a good time. And I'm glad that they got to go. So they had fun at that. And then and that was pretty much it. So I'm going to shift gears from talking about my week. I've spent a lot of time talking about my week and my kids and my work and stuff like that. So I'll shift gears. I've been um, looking at other movies to watch. And so um, I'm not, I don't know, I'm not a huge movie fan. Like I said earlier, I definitely prefer like more of documentaries and things like that. So I haven't like not seen anything recently that I'm really interested in, but there are a couple movies coming out that I might consider watching. And just let me know if there's any movies that you've seen previews for recently that you're interested in seeing, and maybe I'll watch that preview because my boyfriend loves going to movies. I'm not a huge fan of going to movies, and I just would rather, I don't know, I'd rather watch a TV show or something that I can pause and get up and move around because I get bored, and I get antsy and I want to talk. And I'm one of those people, like, I have thoughts as the movie's going and I want to share those thoughts. And so being at home is just so much easier because then I can pause it and say, wait a minute, because I talk things through and think things through. And generally, I figure out the plot line before the movie's over. Not every time, but generally I do. So that's also a thing. Like, sometimes I just get so bored because I already know what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm not, I don't know, I guess the other big topic is that I wanted to kind of bring up is spending on diamond paintings. So I've done quite a few unboxings recently, and I've even made some like little minor purchases that I haven't unboxed, like the um like the sticker sheets that I got from Michael or Make Market, the adhesive sheets. And I'm looking at my stash and I'm looking at like how much I have, and I'm not living outside of my budget by any means. Like I'm really good with my money. I'm really good with my finances, and I don't spend more than I should. Um, like I work hard and I take care of things, and I'm not needing anything, but I do have to be mindful that, like sometimes these are big purchases, and I know Christmas is coming up and there's going to be Black Friday coming up and all these different things. And I know I'm going to want to make purchases then. So I don't know. I'm finding myself struggling with, I had put myself on a no buy for a while, and it worked. It worked for a little bit, maybe a month or two, but it didn't last long. And I had hoped it would last until Black Friday, but they had all those Margaret Morales releases. And anyway, I just couldn't help myself and went a little crazy there for a little bit. I was like, I haven't bought anything in a while. And so I splurged a little too much. So I'm trying to pare back again. And I just want to know, like, how do you all feel about big stashes? Because I know, I've seen some people like judge other people for having, so many diamond paintings. Like, how many are you going to get to? Well, it depends. It depends on how fast you diamond paint and how much you work on it. I know over the summer when I'm not working, I'm going to have a lot more time to diamond paint, and I'm not planning on going to a lot of places this summer. So, I'm going to have time. And if I have time to get several of them done, then I feel like some of my purchases are justified. However, I have way more than I could do in a summer, right? So I feel like my stash is probably bigger than it needs to be, and I need to pare that down. Some of it is unlicensed artwork from that I've had for a while that I'm not sure what to do with. Um, I've considered donating it to places. I know last year there were several people that brought diamond paintings to the retreat that I went to, and Rhonda was able to take them back with her to Canada, and so I considered just bringing them to that. I'm not sure she's going to need more. Rhonda, if you watch this, can you let me know if you need more? Because I have some that I'm considering bringing. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do, because I feel like I don't, some of my diamond paintings, I would only, get rid of them if I were to able to sell them, because, like the cheap ones, I'm not going to make my money back early, but the more expensive ones, I don't want to be at a total loss. So do I get rid of them? I don't know. And every diamond painting that I've purchased, I purchased because at some point I wanted to do it. And I still at some point want to do them. The majority of them, it's just still not right now. And the further I get away from the time frame when they were made, the more I'm realizing that their quality is going to be worse and worse as time goes on. I'm going to be, used to this amazing quality diamond painting. And whether it's from Jada Gem Shop or wherever, the quality of diamond paintings just gets better. Oh, and like some of these images I've had for a few years, and I don't know. I just am trying to decide what to do with them. So, like, how many do you have? How are you with your stash? Like, do you feel like it's okay to have a big stash? It's okay to have a lot of diamond paintings as long as you believe that you're going to have time to get to them, or whatever. I don't know. I feel like the unlicensed artwork, that stuff I'm never going to get to because it's not anything I can feature here on my channel. And I'm trying to get through these in a quick enough succession that, like you guys don't get bored with what you're seeing. And so honestly, so I can have like some content, because I can do a post review or a kit down or a kit up or whatever it is. And I need to make sure I have that. I don't have to, but I like to, because I'd like to give people my thoughts. Like I said, like when I was showing you this kit, the looking at this kit, the black diamonds in this kit are awful. Like they have been awful to work on, but a majority of the diamonds are okay. And I have done a lot of individual bling up on this, which keep an eye out. Thursday, I do have a video coming out about how I blinged up this diamond painting. And I hope you enjoy that. So keep an eye out for that. And then I don't know what I'm going to be working on next. I am hoping that I get this completed soon so I can show you the post review with like what it looks like with all of the work that I did to it. I think that will be fun. And then I have a bunch of diamond paintings that I actually need to put away into my system that I have for storing stuff. And I thought, this is a really good time to go ahead and pull out my diamond painting kits. And so I considered doing like a what's in your stash video. But again, like, I don't know how people feel about other people that have these large stashes, because I don't want to be judged. If it's within my budget, I feel like it's fine. And if I'm okay with what I have, I feel like it's fine. But I also recognize like it's very privileged of me to be able to have what I have. And I don't want anybody to feel bad and or jealous or just like feel like I'm being braggy or whatever it is. I don't want anybody to feel any kind of way about a video like that. So I'm not sure if I should post a what's in my stash video. I mean, if I'm going to, I need to do it soon because I have it really easily accessible when I'm putting all my stuff away. So it would be really easy for me to do. And then I definitely am looking at, then I would also pull out my completed diamond paintings and figure out getting another video recorded of like different ones that I have done bling up to and how I did it and what I did, and give additional information on just making customizations on your own diamond paintings, because that's, I think, really why I ultimately started this channel, was because I wanted to share that knowledge with people. It's hard when you don't have the confidence and you don't know what you're doing. And I think like once I started recognizing how to do it and I started doing it, it made this process so much more fun, because I can customize it to whatever I want. And I can know that not only did I, is this my diamond painting because I placed the diamonds on it, but it's really my diamond painting because mine looks like nobody else's. I made these decisions and did these customizations on my own. So, I mean, that's why like one of my first videos is, the bling on a diamond painting. Now that was a kit that you can buy online that you like, they set everything up for you. But I know a lot of people would like to learn how to do that on their own. And so I'm hoping I can put out more videos about that. I'm excited for the one that's coming out Thursday about this particular kit. And yeah, but if you are interested in my stash, or I don't know, anything, like, because I have a ton of videos like how I store my diamond paintings, because I don't have them out where people can see them, and I don't have like a closet full of boxes or a room full of boxes or whatever it is. I know a lot of people with their stashes have that. And considering how many diamond paintings I have, I'm able to keep it really well hidden. And so, yeah, I would just like to know your thoughts, and if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, like how I store my stash, because I've said in my videos, like in my unboxings, that I don't store them in the tubes, and that does like hurt when I'm looking at potentially getting rid of them. It does really make it hard for me to make the decision. Like I would have to send it to them without the box, and is anybody going to want to buy it without a box? But yeah, I store them, and I know other people store them in different ways, and I've always thought it was fascinating to see how they stored theirs. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. And I don't know, I think that's about it. I don't know how long this has been going, just because my mic died. So I don't know how much editing I'm going to have to do. And I'm sorry that this ended up being in a slightly different position. I had to pull my camera off the mount in order to figure out where I needed to start back up. And so hopefully it's close enough to the same area that it was in. But anyway, I do also want to show you, like, a lot of people that work on squares, they struggle. You see all the different gapping in my diamonds, and that's okay. Like, it's not going to show. So I want to show you. I'm going to turn off the light pad, and you can see like the gapping is very minuscule. And we're so close to this. Like, look at how close you are. You can see the symbols. So think about like once we pull away, it's going to be even less noticeable. So just something to keep in mind, like, especially if you're someone like me who works with a light pad, and I'll show you that again, like the difference. Someone like me who works with a light pad, sometimes it can be really just like discouraging to see all the gapping. And I just wanted you to know, like, that's normal. That's square diamond paintings for you. There's going to be little bits of gapping, and they're kind of, I hate to say this, but there almost kind of needs to be a little bit of gapping, just so that the diamonds fit together and they don't pop off. I prefer a grid that's a little bit tighter than this one, but I mean, I think this is perfectly acceptable and perfectly fine. And yeah, so if you're like discouraged by squares or frustrated by the grid lines or whatever, just know that yes, they show, and they can show a little bit, but honestly, like once you turn the light off and you look at it from a viewing distance, it's so much different. So I used to like, I don't know, I used to really, really focus on trying to make the diamonds as straight as possible. And I would single place, and I would, all of that stuff. And I'm sure some of you still do all of that. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But if you're wanting to feel better and, feel a little bit less stressed about it, I hope that was, you could see it in the video, like how easily just turning the light pad off and stepping back from it can help you see, like, it's not as bad as you think it is. When you're working on it up close and you're looking at it up close, oh, it can look really bad. But I hope that helped a little bit. At least somebody, that's if I can help just one person, it's amazing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. Sorry, I didn't get the square done. I think all the pausing and there's going to be jumping around and whatever. I apologize. I just hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good week. Like I said, my next video will be out Thursday, unless you're going to watch one of my ASMRs, which those drop on Tuesdays and Fridays. But yeah, I was happy to put out an extra video last week, and hope everybody enjoyed it. If you watched it, thanks for watching. If you're watching this, if you're still here, oh my gosh, I appreciate you. Thank you for still being here. If you could put an emoji in the comments of something colorful, like this dragon is so colorful. Yeah, put an emoji in the comments of something colorful that makes you think of, I don't know, something happy, Go ahead, please do that. And, goodness, it's fall. I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope to see you again here soon, next week, Thursday, whenever it is that I see you. See you. And again, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you, and the time that you are giving me is precious and valuable and never taken for granted. So anyway, I I'll just end with my saying, remember that a Sparkle Sanctuary is a place for you to go to take care of your mental health. Mine is, as always, diamond painting. So I hope that you take some time this week to take care of you. Love on yourself. It's okay to be kind to yourself. Remember that you are ultimately the most important person, because without you, this world would be not so great of a place. I think everybody that is here deserves to be here, needs to be here, and needs to feel loved. And I hope that you are feeling loved, even if it is from afar. So anyway, take care of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.